Hello everybody and welcome back to another video on the Media Byte channel. First, yeah, I shaved. I look 22 and not 37. I don't know if this is staying or not, but I just haven't seen my face in like 4 years, so I decided to shave it off. So this is what I look like without my goatee. Most of you have never seen me like that. So, before we continue on, if you want to listen to the podcast, Media Byte Podcast Network, I don't want to keep you, anymore. I have not written down anything. This is a raw review of Superman 2025. By the time you were watching this, I would have seen this movie twice. I absolutely loved this movie. It was incredible. I loved a lot about it. I like that it sets up a lot of a future in what the DC universe can look like. I think there is, so first, I think David Cornsweet, I think is his name. I might have had that wrong. He's right there. He did a really good job as Superman. I thought he fit the character very well. I thought he did a really good job at all the scenes that he had to do. I like the way his Superman feels and acts. I like that he says "darn it" and not, curse words, just because it seems like something Superman would do. I don't think Superman would curse, just because I like that little comic book feel of him not cursing. I like a lot. But before we get into that, let's talk about James Gunn. So the direction I really liked. I liked that the direction of this movie I thought was really interesting because the camera follows characters a lot. It's very flowy. It's not as one take, like one shot. It's the camera will flow from one person to another as a continuing conversation, and I really liked that. That was something I noticed a lot, and this is not spoilers, but when Lois Lane is interacting with Superman and they're having that little interview that you see in the trailer, the more extended version of that scene, the camera pans back and forth between them as they continue on that conversation, and I really, really, really thought they did a very, very good job at keeping it that way. The other thing I want to talk about is I thought the Mr. Terrific was great. The engineer was great. I thought Lex Luthor was incredible. I loved the way between Clark Kent and Superman, the way that he acted different in both of them, I liked. I wish I could have seen that a little bit more. I wish there was a little bit more bumbliness to Clark Kent, but maybe we'll get that eventually. Moving on, this is a great foundation for the DC universe, but I don't know what will come out of this. My assumption is a Mr. Terrific spin-off series and probably a Jimmy Olsen spin-off series of some sort, and what happens with him in the Daily Bugle, probably a Lois Lane, maybe. And not spoiling too much, this is a spoiler-free review, much more than anything that you trying to keep it as spoil-free as possible. A great setting, a great start to a universe, whatever it builds off of, I think will be very, very good. I think having a movie like this to start off a universe is impressive when everything is going against you. I really like this, and Fantastic Four needs to be a success if there's going to be any competition between Marvel and the DC universe going forward. So we'll have to see what happens with Marvel, if they continue on the path of okay movies, or if they're willing to kind of do a restructure and a rethinking of the way that they produce their films. So we'll see. I think Superman's great. If you have not seen it, please go see it. I will have seen it twice. I saw it on Thursday, and I'm going to see it on Saturday, and I'll probably see it again next week or the week after, Just depends on timing and all that stuff. But I loved it, and it is totally worth watching. That's my spoiler-free review. I will give you a longer review eventually, but that was a spoiler-free review, and I just thought that you should get a spoiler-free review, and I will get a more detailed review later on. So thank you all for watching. You can follow everything everywhere else. All the social medias, all the podcasts, all that stuff is in the description below, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.